Ah, there you are. I was expecting you. Let us begin.
1,000 years ago, when Anor Londo still stood strong, before the incident at Ulasil, before the fall of New Londo, one of the most prominent cities in the land was the city of Izalith. Deep underground, beneath even the tombs and the catacombs, beneath the swamps of Blighttown, it stands, carved from stone, fashioned amongst what appears to be a natural cavern system. It was ruled over by the Witch of Izalith and her daughters, all of them masters of ancient fire sorceries, long since lost to history. But the first flame was fading, and so the lords scrambled for a solution, and who better than the very mistress of flame to construct a new flame to take its place. And so a dome was constructed in the centre of the great city, a new kiln built to house the new fire. And so she set to work, using her Lord Soul as a medium for her flame. But there is power in a flame, far too much to control or harness in the way the witch attempted. The flame she birthed was one of chaos, and it quickly consumed her, contorting her into the bed of chaos, a giant tree-like shell that wove and branched around the witch's true form, a small, immobile, grub-like creature. The bed began to birth demons from the chaos flame, quickly spreading across her once great city, whilst the flame corrupted any beings unfortunate enough to be nearby. The daughters of the witch transformed into giant spider women, though it seems her eldest daughter retained her form and stayed by her mother's side. Her daughter Quelana also managed to flee Izalith shortly before the incident, escaping the fate of her kin and leaving her to wander the world, lamenting the failures of her mother. It is unclear if the lava reservoirs that surround the city are a natural result of the depth of the city or a result of the Chaos Flame's eruption, but whatever the reason, without a method to cross the lava, Izalith is entirely cut off from the world. The denizens of the Lost Realm all share a common parasitic theme, from the flea-like chaos bugs to the salivating chaos eaters. All of the city's inhabitants seem to seek out and devour any scraps of humanity they can find. Perhaps this is a byproduct of the chaos flame, for only humanity can kindle a fire. This could also explain the connection between weapons forged in chaos flames and their wielders' humanity levels. And so it was that the Witch of Izalith, with the Lord Soul of Life, managed to wipe out all trace of it within her realm, sparking off a war against the very gods she hoped to aid with her forging of a new flame. Gwyn marched on the city with his loyal Silver Knights, engaging the demons in battle. The fires of chaos charred his knights' arms and armour black, and in doing so imbibed them with a strong resistance to flames. Eventually, the demons were defeated and confined to their molten home, but they could not be eradicated completely. Some of them were taken instead, perhaps as thralls, perhaps as some sort of peace agreement, and served the realm in places such as Anor Londo and the Undead Asylum. A millennium has passed since that time, and the abandoned city has done nothing but crumble. The grand stone arches and bridges have collapsed, while the roots planted by the bed of chaos have spread far, erupting through the floors and walls, thick enough to walk on and hardy enough to sprout forth even from the magma itself. The creatures that reside in the lava are known as bounding demons, but in truth, they are not demons at all, but instead dismembered dragons. The stories say that when Nito gained the soul of death and became the Lord of the Dead, his miasma spread the undead affliction to the formerly immortal dragons, twisting their once graceful forms into a mass of entropy. The top half of one of these dragons can be found high above in the Valley of the Drakes, but where is its lower body? Fallen down below, far into the earth, perhaps as deep as Izalith itself? Perhaps this is how it is that the lava lakes of Izalith became a resting place for these once wondrous beings. In a sense, this is true for the entire city. For all its splendour and glory, it is now little more than a mausoleum for the dead souls of a dead city.
Now go. Whatever you do, do not crack and go hollow, lest my time spent on you be wasted.